Hello, my name is Abbey White, and I am here at the studio at New York Comic Con, joined by the cast of Jurassic World, Chaos Theory. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's do a quick introduction for everyone watching. Start here.
All right. Hi, I'm Paul-Mikél Williams. I play Darius Bowman.
Hi, I'm Kiersten Kelly, and I'm the voice of Brooklynn.
My name's Scott Kreamer. I am the showrunner of Chaos Theory.
Hi, I'm Kausar Mohammed, and I play Yas.
And I'm Giambrone, and I play Ben.
So I have to do the obligatory. How is your New York Comic Con experience? When did you guys get in? What have you been able to see? What have you enjoyed?
I guess I'll go first. This is my first New York Comic Con of all time, and also only like my third con in my entire life. So far, it's been great. I mean, we got to walk the floor earlier. It was an amazing experience. It wasn't as busy as San Diego, which was my first, which is amazing, honestly. But I mean, everything we saw down there was just like fantastic. There were so many people, so many good cosplays for sure, and there were a lot of experiences down there that I really just enjoyed. I'm definitely going back later today, but like, yeah.
This is my first New York Comic Con, and it's been a lot of fun. I loved going to see the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, great time. We got to see the Critical Role cast. We were very excited about that. And yeah, it's a great experience. Great time.
I'm going to ask a fun question before we get into some meaty stuff. If you were stuck on an island with the Nublar Six, who would you want with you?
Oh,
It's just like one person out of like.
One.
Do
You
we
get
only get to
one.
bring one?
You get
Out of
one.
us?
Just out of all, yes.
or like
Char-
all of humanity.
No. Yes, just the Nublar Six. Just you guys.
just
Yes,
us.
yes.
Copy.
Ooh,
I'm
that-
going to say Kenji, because he's a climber, and I feel
That's
like that'd
true.
be very useful. You got to climb away, up, to get away from the dinosaurs.
I'm gonna say Mr. Pincus, Ben, because I feel like if you've survived pterodactyls on your own, that's who I want on my Ben could probably build a fire, and build more fire, and that's
fire guy.
He's a fire
He's a
guy.
fire
He likes
guy.
No,
fire.
but really, I feel like Ben's got like survival, like Tarzan man under it. So I would say Ben.
I think that'd probably be my answer too. Ben is probably like my first, and I feel like Yaz would be my close second. Probably just because she's a fast runner. I mean, we saw a lot of it like throughout the whole series, and I mean, what better than to have somebody that can teach you how to run track and all that stuff across having a broken leg too. Back in Camp Cretaceous, like that's crazy. I would love to learn how to run like that. So
We can start training tomorrow.
yeah.
And I would say Darius, because he's like the most knowledgeable. He's really level-headed and can like think. He's really good at making a plan. And I need help with that kind of stuff. So he'd be the perfect person for me to lean on, I think. in
Also,
that.
he's the dino nerd, so he'd be the best person to have.
So this series is actually the second part of a larger narrative universe. It started before this. We are coming up on the 9th season. You're going to have a panel about that later today. Can you talk a little bit about what it has been like to be able to tell this story with each other across 2 series with so many episodes? That's pretty unusual in television. How does it feel to have that accomplishment, to be able to do it together?
Well, it's like you said, it's uncommon, and it's been an amazing experience. Just personally, getting like Paul was 12 years old when we started this, and he's about to be 20. So, not only just making the show with these incredible people, but our entire crew. We had a lot of people who were able to come back from Camp Cretaceous, as well as adding new people to Chaos Theory. But as a writer, you don't normally get to tell a story over 90-some episodes with the same character. So it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience, and I'll probably never get to do something this amazing again with these just phenomenal people. So very, very grateful.
I I think it's also over time remains so dynamic, and being able to dive into the complexity of these characters. And I think that so much of that goes to Scott and the writing team for being able to dive into who these people are and be able to visit them as adults. And that is such a special experience. And I think you could say that all the characters feel very near and dear for those reasons.
Scott,
Yep.
season 4, it marks the final chapter.
Yeah.
How does it feel reaching the end of this journey, not just for the show, but for these characters who we've all grown up alongside?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bittersweet. Like kind of what Kaz was saying there. It's like we've really gotten to know these characters, and we've really spent a lot of time with them. And you know, my kids have grown up alongside of them as they all have. So it's bittersweet. It's again, very grateful to have the opportunity to do it, and hopefully we've given them a fitting end to the story. So there's a lot of responsibility there, and you want to get it right, but also it's just been, you know, it's just been an exceptional experience.
And for all of you, is there a moment with your character, a moment being a part of this production, that you feel like you yourself grew and the way that your characters have grown?
I think my biggest moment was probably in the very beginning of recording Chaos Theory. There was one particular day when we went back to re-record episode 1, and a lot of that recording was, you know, just messing around with how Darius would act in certain situations, and looking back at a lot of, you know, what happened in his past, and figuring out how exactly he would be portrayed in his future. And I think that particular moment, really just that week, because we were delving into a lot of things that week, I really just felt like it in a way, playing Darius helped me find my own path through life, in a sense. I mean, of course, we shared some obvious similarities, some not so obvious similarities, but at the same time, you know, just reading what Scott and the writer's room had written and being able to portray that helped me figure out a lot of things that, you know, I wasn't really able to figure out myself at the time. So yeah, just being able to grow up playing that character that kind of, you know, was able to find peace and have it all figured out by a certain age just helped me to figure it out just that much.
We all want that all figured out, you know what I mean? Some of us are still searching for it. Anybody else?
I mean, this was my first big project that I've ever been on, so I grew a lot just by being a part of it, and just every recording session I learned so much, and it's just been amazing. And I think too, like, for me as a person with a limb difference, it was really exciting to be the voice of a character with a limb difference, and I think it kind of made the little me happy just to be able to give that to my younger self and the younger viewers that may have limb differences watching. So that was also really incredible.
So the animation and design in Chaos Theory have always been cinematic. This is Jurassic World, and when you see the trailer after the panel today, you will understand what that means. But how did DreamWorks Animation push the boundaries again in season 4?
Well, it's just a crew of really impressive people who work their butts off. So, you know, from the boarding and the shot selection coming down from Aaron Hammersley, our executive producer, and Zae-Sung Kang, our supervising producer, to all of our artists. And then on the design team, JP Balmain, Chris Sears, a bunch of mad geniuses. And what's really made a huge difference, as well as the animation with Dan and Ryan, their team, is the lighting. That has really stepped everything up, and Eric Hawkins and his team of lighters. It's just a lot of people who really care a lot and work really hard to. There's some stuff we did on Chaos Theory that we simply couldn't have done on Camp Cretaceous. The technology wasn't there, or we didn't know how to do it yet, and everyone just sort of dug in and said, how can we make this the most cinematic project that we can? And I think we've been pretty successful.
Okay, so you have a panel later
Yeah.
today. Before we go, can you tee up what your fans, anyone else who might want to pop in, because they should, can expect out of that panel and that conversation?
Well, I can't speak to the conversation as much, but we are going to be debuting our new trailer for season 4, our full trailer, and we're going to be screening the first episode of season 4, and then you're going to hear these fine people talk and say smart things. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thank you all so much for being here, and thank you all for joining us at the studio.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you.